And I think we might have said on a previous episode when we were talking about Yahoo and the bids that were being made, clearly Verizon making a bid for Yahoo, other players coming in as well, Yellow Pages, reminding us that Yellow Pages still exists. But I think we said at the time that, look, this is still an opportunity for a mystery horse to come in. And that was the news that broke over the weekend, that Dan Gilbert, who's the founder of Quicken Loans, is heading up a consortium to make a bid for Yahoo's core assets. And Warren Buffett has come out and said he's willing to be the financial backer. He was also very clear about saying, I'm not interested in the stock, even though that presumably that would exist in the terms of the deal, that they would be able to convert some of the finances into stock if they so choose. But at least on the surface of it, were you surprised by this?
I was very surprised. I thought maybe he was mixed up and thought they were talking about a deal to perhaps put a bid in for Yoo-hoo and not Yahoo. But
He's a fan of the chocolate drink.
Yeah. Well, I think that for Buffett, I mean, the luxury he has is he can pretty much dictate the terms, right? And so going into something like this with Yahoo, I think he's going to figure out any way he can to make this beneficial for him. I mean, that's the point. I'd be surprised if there was a way for him to be rewarded on this through Yahoo stock, because I think we probably are all on the same page that Yahoo stock has maybe had, I think, its biggest run, right? I think its best days are probably behind it, because when you X out that Alibaba interest and then you just look at the general space today, I mean, Yahoo is just not the same. It's not the same as it once was. Eyeballs are just going to other places. So I mean, any way that he can figure out an opportunity to help facilitate a deal and dictate financial terms that work out for him. I mean, he's really, really good at that. It could be debt that converts into preferred shares, whatever it is. I suspect we would see that kind of angle there, as opposed to him just laying out interest there that he would love to own, Yahoo shares, because I don't think he really would. But I think there is a way that he sees that they could potentially profit from this being part of the deal.
And who's to say that Yahoo remains public after it gets bought? Because they're only selling the core business, not the entire business. So maybe these buyers take it private. Verizon's one of the lead dogs in possibly purchasing it, combining it with AOL assets and challenging Facebook and Google on that digital advertising side. So my bet would be that Yahoo core assets disappear from the public markets in most cases.
See, it's interesting because, as we talked about before with Verizon, intellectually, Verizon bidding for Yahoo's core assets makes sense to me. They need content. Yahoo does a very good job with sports and finance. And as I always like to point out, we're one of the companies that works with Yahoo Finance. Dan Gilbert is the founder of Quicken Loans, so he clearly has the finance background. He's also the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if Gilbert has enough, or feels like he has enough insight both into Yahoo Finance and the world of sports content, that's what he's after here, is that he feels like he's got enough intel about the way those two businesses operate. But I think you're right, Taylor. If Gilbert is the one who ends up winning the bid here, I would be surprised if those assets remain public. Whereas with Verizon, they come under the Verizon umbrella. Technically, they still are.
Yeah, more than likely.
Got to be pretty good to be Dan Gilbert these days. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers, primed to make the NBA Finals one more time.
You got Buffett wanting to shell out some cash and help make a deal.
It's good to be Dan Gilbert.
Trying to turn Detroit City around.
Much rather go work with Buffett than trying to weasel some cash out of a bank, right? I'm sure he's way more fun to be with.
I would think so.
Yeah.